Hi everyone, I've just completed week 4 of my training for my Royal Parks half marathon, which is in October. Um, it started off as being an okay week. The runs haven't been brilliant this week, but I ended up with a bit of a tummy bug, so I wasn't able to do my long run on Sunday, which is a little bit disappointing. But I've got lots of successes to celebrate with the girls. They've had a really good weekend of running, so yeah, that's been pretty positive. First week of summer holidays starting today. I'm hoping it's not going to affect my training. I'm yet to go out for a run as the weather's a bit bad. That's the only downside, having to take the kids. It's not really fair to make them go out in the rain. So we're just waiting to see if the rain stops so that we can go out for a little bike ride run in a little while to do the run I should have done yesterday. So I started week 4 with a run on Tuesday of 3.5 miles. It was a hill sprints run I decided that I was going to do. I decided to take Cookie along with me, so we ran for about 1.5 miles, but he's so slow, bless him, and I did have to keep running backwards and forwards. So I had to head into the park and I sat him under a tree while I sprinted up a hill that was alongside him, which wasn't quite as steep as the hill I was hoping to do the hill sprints on, but nevertheless I did it. We did a gentle jog back home. The only thing is with doing hill sprints is you do have to get some funny looks. I wasn't really worried about people looking at me as much. I was more worried about the fact that everyone kept looking at Cookie and wondering who he was with, because every time I passed someone I always seemed to be going away from Cookie, so it did keep making me run back a bit quicker than I probably would have, just to let them know, oh yeah, he's with me, he's not been abandoned. Then on Wednesday it was horrible, such a horrible run. I was motivated mentally, I was ready for this run and I really wanted to get out there and do it, but my legs were so heavy, they just felt like absolute lead weights. It was not fun at all. It didn't get any easier. It didn't ease off at all. About half a mile into the run, I almost turned back, but I decided to stop being so stupid and just carry on. But yeah, it was tough. So I did 4.5 miles, got to about 2.5 miles, and I decided to just do a complete turnaround and not do my usual loop, because I just knew that if I ended up adding on any extra time to this run, it was not going to be enjoyable. And as you can see, I actually probably did a bit less than 5 miles, which was what I had planned to do. I did face Priory Hill though, and I ran up Priory Hill, no walking. I ended in a sweaty mess, out of breath, but I did get up there. It was easier coming back, and I think that's mainly because you know you're heading home and you're that little bit closer to home, so there's just no point stopping. Then on Wednesday night, to try and salvage some of the run I'd had, I decided to go to circuits, which was a bit unplanned and off cuff. So I really enjoyed that though. We did boxing. I haven't done boxing for ages, and it just reminded me how much I love boxing. It's such a great stress reliever. I need to find a boxing class, I think. Friday, I decided to do some strength training. I dropped the weights down to what I would usually do back when I was doing my strength training properly, but it clearly wasn't quite enough because my glutes were still hurting yesterday, so that's like after a good couple of days. So I've decided that from now on, when I do any strength training, it's going to have to be very low weight or body weight only exercises, because that really hindered me. I actually think I would have struggled to run on Sunday had I been well enough anyway, because it was hurting, but who knows. So I'm just going to be sensible with it. And Saturday was park run day. Turned out to be the best park run she's ever run. So obviously a park run's 5k, which is 3.1 miles. She did it in 35 minutes and 52 seconds, which is another PB for her. Her ultimate goal is to get 35 minutes, but the fact that we went out not even trying to get a personal best on this day amazes me how well she did. She just was so consistent with her run, and she paced that the whole way. We just sat comfortably behind a group of ladies and followed them. She ran her little heart out. I was so proud of her. It was such a good run, really good technique, I think, doing it like that. And I think from now on that's how we will do it, because I think a lot of the times we're so desperate to get to each marker by 7 minutes that we're sprinting and then we're needing to walk, whereas today there was none of that. She just went out there and did it and did her stuff, and yeah, she got herself a personal best. Pretty good one too. I think she's got the fast runners in her sight, and I think soon enough I'll be trying to keep up with her. Then on Sunday I was meant to be running 7.5 miles, and I'd planned out a nice little route that I was going to run, but unfortunately on Saturday night I was really unwell with a tummy bug, and yeah, I woke up Sunday morning and I just knew there was no way I was getting up to do a 7.5 mile run. I was really, really disappointed, especially when you go to Instagram and everyone's doing their long runs and races, and you know, you're thinking, oh, I could be out there doing it, and then especially when the rain stopped and it brightened up a little bit. So yeah, I woke up and I asked her if she still wanted to do the park run, and she did, even in the rain. She said, yes, mummy, I'm already dressed. I got there and I just assumed she'd run on her own. It's the first time that Ellie hasn't wanted to come with her or her cousins or anything, so it was the first time she was going to be running it alone, so of course she didn't feel brave enough. She wanted me to run with her, which is fine. I thought, it's just a mile, just over a mile, I can do this. I said I might have to stop, but I thought once she's into the run she'll be fine, she'll be confident to just do it. But anyway, off we went really quickly, like she was doing less than 10-minute miles, and we did the first lap, and then we did half of the second lap, and she had a tiny little walk, not very far at all, and then off we went again to finish, and then I left her and she ran off up the finishing line, and she did, so I think it's about 1.1, it's 2k, the junior park run, which I think works out just over a mile, and she did it in 11 minutes and 14 seconds, with a pace of 9:29. That's just insane. I couldn't do that when I've only recently just started trying to run at that pace. I know it's a short distance, but she's only little. You see all these other youngsters that are just pelting it out. I mean, Neve's probably quite far back in comparison to some of them, but I'm sure some of them have been running a lot longer than she has, so I'm hopeful I have a little sprinter on my hands as well as a long distance runner on my hands. It's even making me wonder whether I should try and sign up to do a coaching course, but I have looked into it, and it seems that no running clubs will even take them under the age of 8 years old. They're all full in our area as well, so it just makes me want to do it even more. I know it's not that easy or straightforward. Really all I want to do is set up something like a junior park run, but where they can learn a bit about nutrition as well, and you can get the family involved. So maybe we'll see. I'll have to look into it, see how difficult it is with all the regulations you have to have with you know, a certain amount of adults to kids and all that stuff. I'm sure it'll be a lot harder than it sounds. Really shouldn't be though, should it? To keep kids fit. So all I did was a total of 12.4 miles this week, which wasn't great, but considering the circumstances it wasn't so bad. So week 5 is going to be interesting because obviously I'm going to have to train with the kids, but I want to make it a good week because we're going camping the week after, and I can't see me getting my runs in quite as regimented and as strict as I have been. So what we're planning for this week is Monday I'm aiming to do, which would be today, this afternoon, once I finish this vlog, is to do 5 to 6 miles, if we can get out long enough without the rain while the girls are on their bikes. Then Tuesday we're going to do 3 miles, and I'm going to see if Ellie wants to run that, but if she doesn't, obviously they can go on their bikes. Wednesday I'm aiming to do 5 miles. Thursday I'll have a rest day. Friday I'm going to try and do my longish run, which actually my training plan says I only need to do 5 miles, I think it was, but I'm going to go for 6 to 7 miles obviously because I'm a bit behind on my long runs. Saturday we'll do the park run, and then Sunday I'll have my other rest day as we'll be travelling to the Lake District. So there is an extra run in there. Usually I'd only do 4. I'm going to aim to do 5. Desperately want to do 5, but we'll see. As you can see, it's unpredictable. You just never know what's going to happen. Can't help having a tummy bug and getting poorly. So my focus also for this week is going to have to be nutrition still, trying to make sure I can eat well with what we have, and also training with kids in tow. It's doable. I'm fortunate that my girls will go out on a bike, and so I don't miss out on my long runs. If there's a day where the weather is really that bad and they really don't want to go out, then I'll just have to go when Chris gets home from work. I haven't got a choice. It's got to be done. The next clip that this video is going to lead into is a clip that I actually recorded on Wednesday after I'd seen a YouTube video from someone I follow, which I explain in the next clip. But if you don't like to see a grown woman cry, then I suggest you don't watch. But please watch if you want to see exactly why it is I'm doing this, because I think actions speak louder than words sometimes, and I think it will make it pretty obvious why I'm vlogging on this particular journey and haven't done it on any of my other runs. It's because this run means a lot to me. I've really found in the last few weeks Instagram has been my saviour for how I've been feeling. I did a heartfelt blog at the beginning of the week, and I've had such good feedback from it, and it just made me realise that I'm not alone. I'm not the only one feeling like this at times. So yeah, I'll put the link down below if you want to go and have a read of that. Also, I'd just say the running community is absolutely amazing. It's really inspiring me. It's reminding me why I used to love running so much. I do go through phases with running where I absolutely loathe it, but right now I think running is definitely proven to be such therapy for me. It's amazing, and it's not even necessarily the runs that is therapy. It's the, it's the people out there that are with you, and the community out there. That's it for this week. Hopefully this next week will be a bit more positive. I'll probably have to vlog if I can get a vlog in, because obviously I'm going camping on Monday. I will try and do it a bit earlier before we go on Saturday, so look out for that. But otherwise, have a good first week of your summer holidays, everybody, if your kids have just broken up too. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Hi everyone, so I thought I'd do a bit of a add-on to my video diary for this week. I've just got back from my run on Wednesday, which was pretty hideous if I'm honest. It was just the toughest run I've ever done, but when I got back, I did my usual go on Instagram, and I was looking at people I follow, and I came across someone that I've been following just for a short time really, who's been quite inspirational to me. She's just 24 years old, and she's battling ovarian cancer. She's not anywhere near at the end of her journey really. She's just beginning, although so far it all looks quite positive for her. She's got a YouTube channel which I'll tag on this video. She pretty much made me sob, and she reminded me that why I'm doing this. Obviously we'll never get Margaret back, but maybe we can at least honour her name and hopefully save other lives of those that possibly can, be, that it can be diagnosed quicker and treated quicker. And the only way we're going to do that is if we raise money. Yeah, so basically I need all the sponsors I can get, because we need to battle this. Ovarian cancer's a bitch. So many people confuse the symptoms of it with completely normal things. I strongly advise you all to check out Target Ovarian Cancer. It's a really good website, and that's who I'm raising money for. Sarah Greene is one of her ambassadors, and I watched a video, another link I'll put in the comments section, where she was on this morning. I just checked the date, I think it was back in March, and she basically sums it all up, and she's probably a better person to listen to. But yeah, just please don't ignore it. Everybody needs to be aware of the symptoms, because you never know it's rare. And Margaret unfortunately had an even rarer type, which was a lot more aggressive. But if we're not aware of the symptoms, you know, we're not going to be able to prevent it and catch it quick enough. So please, everyone, remember why I'm doing this and why I'm vlogging about it. It's not just any old run for me. This is a really important run. And I'd really like it if you could all sponsor me. Not for me, not for my personal achievement, but for Margaret and all those others out there that are going through this, and hopefully we can save a few lives by doing so. So yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.